all. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of SRN International School. I am Ayushi Bhargav, Faculty of Sociology at SRN International School. And the topic I will be covering today is social thinkers. Let's begin with the topics too. Let's talk of Karl Marx first. Karl Marx was born on 5th May 1818 in Trier, part of the Rhineland province of Prussia in Germany, son of a prosperous liberal lawyer. In 1834 to 1836, he studied law at the University of Bonn and then at the University of Berlin, where he was much influenced by the young Hegelians. In 1841, he completed his doctoral thesis in philosophy from the University of Jena. In 1843 students, he married Jenny von Westerfellen and moved to Paris. In 1844, he met Friedrich Engels in Paris, who became a lifelong friend. In 1847 students, he was invited by the International Working Men's Association to prepare a document spelling out its aims and objectives. This was written jointly by Marx and Engels and published as the Manifesto of the Communist Party, 1948. In 1849, he exiled to England and lived there till his death. In 1852 students, the 18th Brumaire of Louis Bonaparte was published. In 1859, a contribution to the critique of political economy was published. In 1867, one of his very famous works, Capital, Volume 1, was published. In 1881, death of Jenny von Westerfellen, who was his wife. In 1883, Marx died and is buried in London's Highgate Cemetery. Talking about his work, one of his very famous work was class struggle. For Marx, the most important method of classifying people into social groups was with reference to the production process, rather than religion, language, nationality, or similar identities. He argued that people who occupy the same position in the social production process will eventually form a class. By virtue of their location in the production process and in property relations, they share the same interests and objectives, even though they may not recognize this immediately. Classes are formed through historical process, which are in turn shaped by transformations in the conditions and forces of production, and consequent conflicts between already existing classes. As the mode of production, that is, the mode of production of technology and the social relations of the productions changes, conflicts develop between different classes which result in struggles. For example, the capitalist mode of production creates the working class, which is a new urban property-less group created by the destruction of the feudal agriculture system. Talking of the Emile Durkheim was born on April 15, 1858 in Epinal in the Lorraine region of France on the German border. He was from an Orthodox Jewish family. His father, his grandfather, and great-great-grandfather were all rabbis or Jewish priests. Emile too was initially sent to a school for training rabbis. In 1876, enters the École Normale Supérieure in Paris to study philosophy. In 1887, appointed lecturer in social sciences and education at the University of Bordeaux. In 1893, students publishes Division of Labor and Society as his doctoral dissertation. In 1895, publishes Rules of Sociological Method. In 1897, founds Any Sociology, the first social science journal in France, and publishes a famous study, Suicide. In 1902, joins the University of Paris as the chair of education. Later, in 1913, the chair was renamed Education and Sociology. In 1912, publishes the Elementary Forms of the Religious Life. In 1917, dies at the age of 59, heartbroken by the death of his son, Henry, in World War I. Talking about his work, talking of the social facts. What are social facts? Society is a set of social facts. Social facts have two key facts are external to the individual. Social facts are constraining of the individual's thoughts and actions. Talking of division of labor in society. In his first book, Division of Labor in Society, Durkheim demonstrated his method of analysis to explain the evolution of society from the primitive to the modern. He classified a society by the nature of social solidarity which existed in this society. He argued while a primitive society was according to mechanical society, modern society was based on organic solidarity. Mechanical solidarity corresponds to pre-modern or traditional society that serves as a bonds of common activities and values. Society is held together by the people who perform the same task and share similar values. Whereas, on the other hand, organic solidarity corresponds to modern society, serves as a bond based on interdependence. The society is held together by the people who are highly specialized and mutually dependent on each other. Talking about Max Weber was born on 21st April 1864 in Erfurt, Germany, into a Prussian family. His father was a magistrate and a politician who was an ardent monarchist and a follower of Bismarck. His mother was from a distinguished liberal family from Heidelberg. In 1882, he went to Heidelberg to study law. From 1884, he studied at the universities of Göttingen and Berlin. In 1889, submitted his doctoral dissertation on a contribution to the history of medieval business organizations. In 1891 students, he submitted his habilitation thesis on Roman agrarian history and the significance for public and private law. In 1893, he married to Marianne Stignetter. In 1894, he was appointed as a professor of economics first at Freiburg and then at Heidelberg. In 1897, he had a nervous breakdown and falls ill. He was unable to walk and he traveled to Rome. In 1901, he resumed scholarly work. Talking about his famous work, he defined bureaucracy. Bureaucracy was a mode of organization that he explained with various characteristics. He explained that in bureaucracy, recruitment should be based on merit, that is, tested through open competition. There should be uniform principles of placement, promotion, and transfer in an administrative system. There should be systematic salary structure. Hierarchy, responsibility, accountability should be based on the facts. He also explained about impersonal authority, that the office bearer does not bring the office with them. He also talked of the political neutrality, and thus by all of these characteristics, he explained bureaucracy. Talking of the French Revolution 1789 announced the arrival of political sovereignty at the level of individuals as well as nation states. The Declaration of Human Rights asserted the equality of all citizens and questioned the legitimacy of privileges inherited by them. It signaled the individual from the oppressive rule of the religious and feudal institutions that dominated France before the revolutions. The peasants, most of whom were serfs tied to landed estates owned by the members of aristocracy, were freed of their bonds. Students, that was all. I hope you all must have understood about social thinkers. Thank you so much, students. If you find it useful, share, like, comment, and do subscribe.